Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Archbishop Carroll High School gym. It's a Philadelphia Catholic League matchup. It's the last weekend of the season, and it's LaSalle against the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. My name is Bob Long. Chris Carabello, my commentator, he'll be alongside shortly to prepare us for this one. But when you talk about LaSalle and Archbishop Carroll, you're talking about one thing as it pertains to the Patriots, and that's going to be seeding in the Philadelphia Catholic League playoffs. They've already punched their ticket with a loss against Father Judge last weekend. They're almost assuredly going to be in that 7, 8, 9, or 10 range. Very important for Archbishop Carroll to be able to host a playoff game. They got to win this game and the next. And we'll take a look at the standings right now. The standings as we see it today, Cardinal O'Hara right there in the same spot as Archbishop Carroll. And Archbishop Carroll in a spot right now where they need to win out. They got this one here tonight against LaSalle, and they lost the game against Father Judge. So if the Crusaders win out, they'll be in a position where they would have the head-to-head over Archbishop Carroll. They would host most likely Archbishop Carroll in an 8-9 matchup at that point. So, things get very, very important here as you refer to Archbishop Carroll and the importance of this game. Let's bring you back inside the broadcast booth. Here is Chris Carabello. And Chris, you talk about LaSalle. Tonight's about pride. It's been a year. They got 2 wins in the league. They're not in a position to make the playoffs, but boy, could they play spoiler here tonight. Exactly.
That's really what their hope is tonight, that they can really throw a wrench in someone else's season. Carroll certainly has everything to play for. And, between, in a way, Carroll, Judge, Bonner, they're kind of driving their own bus. Devon Prep has 2 very difficult games. They're going to have to win both. One's against West Catholic, at West Catholic. So it's going to be that. These final games and there's other games in this league that would be exciting to watch tonight. But this is a key one because Carroll really has a chance to secure their place.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, we'll look again here at this standings, and LaSalle fans might be asking, well, why is this more of a pride game for LaSalle? Bonner Prendy and Devon Prep, and they're only 1 game ahead. Well, both of those teams beat this LaSalle team, so from a head-to-head perspective, that would be the tiebreaker. And it really doesn't appear to be based upon that Bonner and Devon are going to play each other and Father Judge is going to play one of those teams. There's no real angle to get to that 10 seed, but this is an Archbishop Carroll team, Chris, that has been in LaSalle's grill for a while now. Yeah. They were up 17, and LaSalle came back and went to the Palestra. Earlier that year, they hit a game winner. It hit the rim here in this building about 17 times. So this is a rivalry game, and this is important for this LaSalle team.
No, absolutely. And it's kind of a momentum thing for LaSalle. It really is. It's like, they're looking ahead. That's an unfortunate situation. It's, they start out 7-2 and then they've gone 2-9. So obviously the last 11 games have not exactly been the greatest for the Explorers. But
that's the league, though. I mean,
it's the league they play in, and we knew that would be the case.
Right.
And at this point, it's about pride and momentum. And they're going to be able to carry that momentum into the next year. They have a strong sophomore class on this team. Joe Shields obviously being hurt. They lost a starter early on. They lost a starter in Game 8.
Exactly right.
Someone with varsity experience, someone who got a lot of playing time last year.
Mm-hmm.
On a team that was very good.
No doubt about it. So big one here tonight. We'll pause now, take a break, and come back for tip-off here on Bob Long Sports.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfort Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfort Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
Welcome you back here inside Archbishop Carroll High School. Your broadcast team is Bob Long and Chris Carabello with Brady Joyce on the camera this evening. LaSalle in the center of your camera to be introduced, dressed in the navy blue. James Barchak, the senior, introduced first. Chris, he's done a really nice job running the offense this year.
He really has. He was the MVP of the JV team last year. He's really stepped up. He had limited varsity minutes, almost none last year, and he's been a proven starter, and he's come up big in some games.
Horace Simmons Jr., another senior. Not much to say about him. The lifeblood of this program, a 4-year starter, tremendous athlete, and he's going to be playing at the next level at Drexel.
Yeah, averaging 15 points a game in the league, a little more overall, but he really has been the heart and soul of the Explorers this year.
And then those 3 sophomores, Hayes Altamare, Casey Fleming, Ryan Warren, part of the future here at LaSalle. Key minutes for them throughout the season.
Yeah, and we talked about that. That's why this really is a momentum game. You have 3 sophomores on the floor there, and the amount of time that they got this year, coupled with if we can have some pride moments at the end of this season, could really catapult them into next season.
The starters for Archbishop Carroll: Kyer Dixon, the 5'9" senior; Jake West, the 6'2" sophomore; Dean Coleman Newsom, number 4, he is a senior. Chris, he is just a bulldog. He can do it inside, outside, one of the best players in the league.
And that's a name we've heard for a while.
Sure has. He has been playing since very, very early in his tenure. And then the last 2, Seamus Rogers, a senior guard, and Blake Deegan, a senior forward. They're going with a senior-heavy lineup, not unexpected here on senior night for Archbishop Carroll, Chris, but let's get this one underway. LaSalle in navy, Archbishop Carroll in white. It's an early tip here, 6 o'clock. So both these teams will know will have the opportunity to go back and watch other games, knowing the result of their game here tonight. It's a big one, seeding on the line in the Philadelphia Catholic League on the league's final regular season weekend.
And I think it's important for the Explorers to get off to a good start, much like they did last Friday night at Wood.
Good job to stay with them. Blake Deegan with the steal. There they run in traffic, and that one might have been tipped. Horace Simmons Jr. Rogers thought he had an easy one and a held ball situation.
Will stay Carroll's ball with LaSalle having won the opening tip.
That's a heck of a play by Simmons Jr. Took that off the top left of the small square on the backboard. Deegan with a touch. Rogers and Deegan worked it around the outside. This is Dean Coleman Newsom. Open 3 for Rogers. It's good. Seamus Rogers for 3. Token backcourt pressure. West to guard Fleming and forced him to travel.
That's something that's plagued the Explorers all year, is the early turnovers. Last Friday night against Wood was the lowest number of turnovers all year, but it's one of the Explorers' weaknesses.
We had a chance to talk to Mike Richards, assistant coach for Archbishop Carroll pregame, and he said they need to play discipline, that Mike McKee's defense is well known in this area for exploiting an aggressive or loose ball handling style. They need to keep the turnovers down, keep the offense fluid in the half court. That's Horace Simmons just a bit long, and Coleman Newsom will bring it the other way. It's an Archbishop Carroll team, Chris, that shot the ball from beyond the arc 49 times in an overtime loss to Father Judge. That was on Tuesday.
And there's another. And the Explorers have been hurt by some teams, namely Newman Goretti and Father Judge, from beyond the three-point arc. And when those teams were hot, it made it very, very difficult for the Explorers to compete. This is a team that likes to shoot the ball from three.
Good look there by Horace Simmons. That one caught glass first. And there's Casey Fleming with the steal. What a move behind his back. Just couldn't finish it, and Deegan back on the play.
That was a situation where he had Ryan Warren open. He probably should have made the pass.
Coleman Newsome. He lost the basketball, and it was last touched by Simmons Jr. Right there is where the shot blocking capability of Simmons Jr. stayed on his feet there.
Yeah.
Jake West, great look, got it. Simple baseline out of bounds play, Chris. A good down screen creates the open three in the corner. Another one, he goes behind his back, fortunate to maintain possession. Good cut off the ball by Barchak. And that one's blocked by Deegan.
Yeah, it was great D there. Wide open, what seemed like a wide open jump or a wide open three for Hayes Altamari.
A nice cut. There's that cut off the ball by Barchak. Barchak is again blocked. This time it's Seamus Rogers. All the way to the hoop. Good finish. Kyer Dixon. 3 or 4 blocks early, Chris.
Yeah.
And the defensive
At
stops.
least 3.
And they create transition opportunities. Ryan Warren goes right at him, and the foul is going to be called against Deegan. It's a good call. 75% of the way, it was good, but he did bring down that hand.
He got a little bit on the hand. Just enough right there at the end.
Yep, left hand.
Actually, Ryan Warren changed his shot, or that shot very well would have been blocked. Explorers have to do a better job of getting to the line. And that's something that, you know, as I said, they're getting shots blocked, but that could also put them on the line too. They're not always going to get the block.
Important portion of the game as well. Again, talking to Mike Richards. It is Carroll's senior night, and senior night can go one of 2 ways. You can come out super locked in, recognizing it's your last game in this building for some of their more veteran players, or you can come out a little loose and not be prepared. Well, tonight, Archbishop Carroll was ready to rock on their senior night. Rogers, another good look for 3. .440 to go, first quarter.
So the best Carroll can finish is 7th, correct?
I believe that to be the case.
So no matter what, they're playing on a game on Wednesday night.
I believe that to be the case again. I don't know if West Catholic were to lose both games and Carroll won both, if that could change it. Another block.
Yeah, it's block number
Deegan.
4. And the Carroll defenders are not getting up real high to make these blocks. They're just nice fundamental. They're in position to block the shot.
Dixon well short. Timeout called by Mike McKee. Just not the offensive flow, presumably, that he was looking for.
No, I thought that probably should have come about a minute ago. I was waiting for the timeout. But when they went up 8-0,
so
we might see a timeout.
Let's take a look at those standings again. Because, again, rather than be on the spot in the timeout, we'll take a look at what we're looking at. So West Catholic at 7-4. If they were to lose 2 games,
they have Wood and Devon Prep, and the Wood. I got to tell you, the Wood West Catholic game is a really good game.
We're going to pop that on when we're done here,
and that's at West Catholic.
Yeah,
that's a tough place to That's a tough place to win. And then they go to Devon Prep. I mean, that could go either way. Devon Prep may have something to play for, or they might not.
So I believe it is possible. It's possible for Archbishop Carroll at this juncture to slide into that 6th spot. They would need West Catholic to lose once.
And they would have to win 2, which would also include Roman at Roman.
That's exactly
and,
right.
Having just seen Roman last Sunday.
Tough task for anybody.
Tough task for anybody. They would have to be really hot from beyond the arc.
Dean Coleman Newsom.
I'm not sure Carroll would have 4 blocks against Roman at the 3:42 mark.
Deegan for 3. What a start for the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll. It's 11-2. And you talk about 49 threes, maybe that not being the right number. That's a good 3. In rhythm, dribble drive, creates the opening. Now James Barchak spins to the baseline. Warren goes right back up with it. I love that from the big man. That's skill from a sophomore. Don't bring the ball down.
Right, put it right back up.
Right back up. Great look inside, and the finish. A back screen creates the opening for Seamus Rogers.
Yep, wide open. Horace Simmons got there just a little too late.
Fleming. Good ball movement here from LaSalle, but then thrown into the backcourt. Full timeout called by Mike McKee. If that gives you any indication of his mood at the current time with the start from this LaSalle team.
Yeah, I mean, he's used 2 full timeouts in the first 6 minutes, 5.5 minutes.
This portion of today's game brought to you by our good buddy Jim McLaughlin and Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. They're our favorite LaSalle realtors, and they'll help you to buy or sell your home. Yes, the interest rates are going up, but they can still find you value in the market, or if you're looking to extract the value from your home, give them a call as well. Contact information is listed below, and we appreciate their support. So we look now, Chris, inside this LaSalle huddle, and if you're Mike McKee, what are you saying? 2:42 to go, first quarter, down 9.
Well, I think you have to say there's a lot of time left here. I think the other thing you have to say is we can't continue to give open these wide open threes. I'm given the number that they shot, in the loss to Judge. I mean, they're going to keep taking them. Got to make it more difficult for them to make them.
It really is a 5-out type offense here where they don't have a traditional post player. Right? I mean, their wing, Deegan, at 6'5", the senior, you saw him step out and hit a 3 a couple steps beyond the three-point line. So Coleman Newsom can get to the basket. He can also post up. You saw Rogers with a couple of really nice cuts off the ball to get to the block. Positionless basketball here from Carroll. That was halfway down. Not the home roll there for Coleman Newsom. Casey Fleming, good look in the lane.
Just not rolling tonight.
LaSalle back pretty well in transition. West spins in the lane.
Can't give open a wide open 3.
Bang! Ian Williams, the freshman guard. Chris, the only reason he did not start tonight is because it was senior night.
Senior night, yeah.
But this freshman is fantastic. 3 freshmen in the top 8 for Archbishop Carroll. That means one or two things, right? They can either win on any night or they can lose on any night. And they've been doing a lot of winning this year, both outside the Catholic League and in a daunting league schedule. This is going to be a tough team both in the next 2 weeks and in the years to come. Rogers is good again for 3.
The Explorers have to find some way to defend against the open 3. This is much of what happened against Newman Goretti and, as I said, Father Judge. It's one of the weaknesses of Mike McKee's defense in that it does leave you open for a wide open 3.
Fleming and now Simmons. Carroll's been in this man-to-man defense throughout the night. Fleming thought about the 3. Warren has good position. Horace Simmons Jr., there's contact, and it's in the act of shooting.
See, and I think that's what the Explorers can do. They have two big guys that can pound the ball inside. I think Horace Simmons staying on the perimeter, he's better served inside right now. It's going to bring him to the line, and he's a very good foul shooter.
He sure is.
Of course, we probably just jinxed that, but
always. What'd you do there, Chris?
I don't know. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Hey, all seriousness, we've been blessed to have the student support and the help of alumni involved with this broadcast all year long. But what does that mean? That you and I don't get to work together?
I know. I was your
much.
sidekick.
That's right.
I've gone from sidekick to but I can't say enough for the opportunities that you've given to Will Ryan, to Danny Rovey, to the other students. We've taken this to a new level. I might have started it with you, but you've provided transition to a real student broadcast. Like, these kids are getting an education as well as an opportunity, and that makes me smile.
Yeah,
as much as I like being here with you.
Exactly right. And listen, you say that about me, but can't do it without students interested in being part of it. And Brady Joyce sitting to my left here, he's been excellent on the camera all year long. And by the way, he's enjoying the new camera that we have here. It's like the Cadillac of broadcast cameras.
It's big upgrades. If you look back when we started, the equipment we had, the internet or lack thereof.
Yes, that's right.
No.
Radio only, right?
Audio only.
Good stuff. We're down to
we were the pioneers of video.
That's right.
Of bringing people an audio and video broadcast.
Final seconds of the quarter, and a prayer won't go.
Yeah. I think he was looking to get a foul, and he wasn't going to get that.
That's the end of quarter number 1.
Yeah, I don't think the Explorers wanted to start the first quarter down 14. But there's a lot of time left. They can just inch back into this.
You're exactly right about that. We'll tell you about E&M Insurance. Our buddy Chris Marr, he's on the Alumni Association board with me, and thrilled to work together with him in that capacity, as well as here with the sponsorship of our coverage. Chris Marr is a tremendous insurance agent, runs a great agency. If you're looking for personal or commercial insurance, he can help you through that process. All you'd have to do is provide him with a copy of your current process, your statement, your coverage, and he can make sure that you're getting the right prices and the right coverage. You can visit them at eandminsurance.com. That's eandminsurance.com. You can visit their Facebook page as well.
The Explorers will start with the ball to start this second quarter, or they'll have the ball to start this second quarter, and they've got to start out strong. I kind of said that at the start of this broadcast. It was important they got out to a strong start, and everything but that.
Well, Sal's going to go a little younger here with Nick Parisi and Mick McKee on the floor to go with the 3 seniors.
2 more sophomores.
That should stay here. Good call.
Good call.
Parisi has really provided good minutes off the bench in recent weeks. He was primarily a JV player for first half, 3/4 of the year, earning the trust of the staff, and he's done a nice job. James Barchak, there's a block. He'll shoot 2 at the line.
And Parisi brings a lot off the bench. He's a tremendous shooter from beyond the arc. Very good foul shooter. He's not afraid to take the ball to the hole when he can. He runs the backdoor cuts very well.
And pretty good from the line as well.
Yes.
This gym, Chris, I think about this gym in very, I'll say fond terms, even though there have been some really good games and some heartbreaking games if you're a LaSalle Explorer fan, but this gym has a lot of character here in Radnor.
Does. It really is one of the last of the old school gyms with the wooden bleachers.
Yes.
Most people have replaced the wooden bleachers.
But they are sturdy wooden bleachers.
Well, they were always different than other bleachers.
Yes.
Like it's hard to describe to people, but like the risers in between the steps are different than typical bleachers.
I'm not worried about losing my cell phone to the bottom, you know. There's a 3 for Dean Coleman Newsom. Archbishop Carroll in total control at this point in the contest.
No.
LaSalle looking to work their way back. Horace Simmons, that's a difficult shot, well contested by Coleman Newsom.
And unfortunately for Horace Simmons, he's well defended. And a lot of the shots that he gets, a lot of the scoring gets are very difficult shots because sometimes that's all he's able to get off.
Dean Coleman Newsom again. 2 for 2 in as many shots. It's 25-7.
Yeah. Fortunately, the Explorers are backing themselves into a corner and that they're going to have to start shooting threes.
There's a lot of contact there. Foul called. Samir Elaine. .6:25 to play, second quarter.
Jim White.
Looking for Horace Simmons. Parisi will dish it on the block. Another tough shot just won't go. Up ahead of the defense. Too easy there for Kyer Dixon.
They caught the Explorers on their heels.
A third timeout called in 10 minutes of basketball. Mike McKee less than thrilled with his team's performance thus far, down 20. Well, Carroll, Chris, they needed this win badly, regardless of where LaSalle is in the standings. They needed it, and they haven't gotten it yet, but as we look at the standings again here, West Catholic will play Archbishop Wood. Archbishop Carroll, more importantly, has to win at least one of these to put themselves in that position.
Right.
And, they would need Father Judge to win both of their games, and I say one loss for Carroll, they could be out. But let's look at Father Judge. I mean, they have the chance to win both of those games, but if that happens, then one of the games they would win is against Cardinal O'Hara, who's also at 6-5. So
which
then
would put Judge ahead of O'Hara.
That's exactly right, and could put them ahead of Archbishop Carroll if they were to win both of those games, and Carroll loses the one. Now, Cardinal O'Hara, in addition to the Judge game, has to go play St. Joe's Prep. So that's another one that could end up being, hey, O'Hara loses 2, finishes 6-7.
But if you look at things here, I mean, you have like a St. Joe's Prep team at 8-3 that if things go the wrong way, they could very well find themselves in a play-in game.
St. Joe's Prep?
Absolutely. They could be in one of the 7-10 games.
There's a block too deep underneath the basket. Fleming a little slow to get up.
If St. Joe's Prep were to lose at O'Hara and to Roman, and Roman's it's going to be a tough win for a tough game for St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah,
if they were to lose both games, I mean, yes, they would finish at 8-5, but they could conceivably be at 8-5 in the 7 spot.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. Who did they beat or did they lose to?
Right.
For example, an Archbishop Carroll or I got to say, I don't see that play-in happening.
No.
Because Archbishop Carroll would have to beat Roman or Cardinal O'Hara would have to beat Judge and the Prep. And one of those teams would have had to have beaten St. Joe's Prep, which I don't have at the tip of my fingers. I'll say I don't see St. Joe's Prep falling into a play-in. They could certainly be in a position where they're not going to host. That's probably more than likely at this point.
I think the Prep did beat Ryan, but I think they have a loss at Newman Goretti. They have a loss at Wood.
Yeah, they lost at home against Archbishop Wood. That's the big one, as there's a 3 that won't go. And we'll talk at our next stoppage about why that's so important. As Mick McKee spins in the lane, puts up a tough shot, deadened against that back iron. Jake West, he drives the whole way, would not be denied. That's a good move there, going baseline. Chris LaSalle had 3 defenders in the middle of the floor. He says, I'll just go baseline. And a big-time block.
Yeah.
Nasir Rawls.
That's at least block number 5, and it could be block number 6.
And the lane opens up for Nasir Rawls, taken off the glass by Ryan Warren.
LaSalle has 5 sophomores on the floor right now.
And Nick Parisi finds the twine.
From the parking lot. That was a deep three. The Explorers are clearly showing the future right now. They have all 5 sophomores on the floor right now.
Well, and that might be a statement made, right? Coming out of that third timeout in 10 minutes. Okay, right.
We're going to lose. We're going to lose with our young kids.
Well, and it might be Mike McKee thinking that there isn't the high enough level of effort. Okay, let's put the young guys in. Not much you can do about that three from Dixon.
That was different than the other threes. That was contested.
Tip your cap. Surprise no call there, candidly. Parisi, he'll try it again. Well, he undid the swish from his last three, but couldn't knock it down. Dixon to the baseline, and he's fouled by Hayes Altamare.
You know what I've never noticed before, but you look at Nick Parisi's three, and it's a very high arc.
Yeah.
Like the HVAC units are in each corner, and I don't know that his three would do very well from either of those two corners.
A Nick Parisi proofed?
Yes. That's how you defend Nick Parisi.
There you go.
You hang ductwork.
No good on that first one. We teased that we'd get back to the seeding implications of the Archbishop Wood and St. Joe's Prep game. Would you agree that Roman Catholic, St. Joe's Prep, and Archbishop Wood are all good enough to win a 6A state title with the right bounce of the ball?
Yes, I don't know what the rest of the state has, but you have 3 very talented teams, and only 2 of them are going to be able to play.
That's right. I got bad news for you in that regard. So why that game was so big as Mick McKee can't hit the floater. Well, St. Joe's Prep now is technically behind Archbishop Wood, even though they're tied in the standings because of the head-to-head. If they go to the playoffs and go to the same round, no one advances more than the other, that head-to-head would
becomes
end up
the tiebreaker.
being the tiebreaker. It would be Roman and then Archbishop Wood.
Because they would have the same number of league points earned. And if they make the same, if they go to the same point in the playoffs, they only get the same number of points. That head-to-head game becomes the tiebreaker. You're right.
It's also not inconceivable that they don't play each other in a 4-5 game at Archbishop Wood on Friday night. There's a three again from Jake West. Boy, how big would that be? And that's something that we've already discussed with John Moscow and his crew, that if they're hosting a playoff game, that we would likely make every effort to be there and broadcast that game. But Prep Wood would be something else in the first round. There's Nick Parisi. Big finish there. Love the no-fear approach getting to the rim.
He's not afraid to go to the hole, and if he gets fouled, he's an excellent foul shooter.
Jake West pulls this one back. Dribble drive. Oh, it's a great look.
Jake West had a wide-open three.
The extra pass, and the three won't go. There's Horace Simmons Jr. Parisi from his spot, halfway down.
That was a great look.
Ryan Warren to the basket. There's seniors and sophomores mixing it up, and I love the effort.
I love the fact that Horace Simmons didn't try to take an off-balance shot or tried to give Nick Parisi what was a wide-open three. It just didn't drop.
There's an open three that drops. Ian Williams. Well, LaSalle, they're coming with more effort in the last few minutes, Chris, but trading twos for threes.
Yeah.
And big props to this Archbishop Carroll team. We know how good they can be offensively. They're showing it here tonight. Fleming, that one might have been tipped.
Blocked. It was tipped.
And Deegan, he's going to challenge Horace Simmons. Hasn't always been the best idea across the league this year. Although
Horace Simmons was in a place to take a charge. I don't know if he would have.
Big rebound there by Deegan. Williams, 1-on-2. Boy, I think Hayes Altamari was just giving that foul there.
I thought that's what he did. He was just preventing a basket.
Sure.
Ended up knocking it out of bounds.
Horace Simmons, by the way, over the course of this year, Chris, has had several highlight reel blocks. A couple of them clean where fouls were called, kind of took away the luster, but he's fantastic. Rogers is blocked. That one's clean.
Wow.
Ryan Warren.
With authority.
1:34 to go, second quarter action. Carry.
Yeah, that's why you don't want Ryan Warren at the perimeter. His perimeter play has improved tremendously this year, but he can do much more in the paint than he can from the perimeter.
We've seen it with Villanova and Eric Dixon a bit this year. At the beginning of the year, he was trying to dribble the ball into the post to create position. All of a sudden, they made the change. Hey, be off the ball, seal in the paint, get delivered the ball, and be in a position to score once you catch it. That's a deep three for Jake West, and he is hot tonight. It's a 25-point basketball game with 1:03 to go in the half.
Yeah, hold. But there's a prime example. Like, Ryan Warren can do more damage in the paint. They don't really have an answer for him in the paint.
No doubt about it. Catch the ball in a scoring
yep.
position. Horace Simmons Jr. And he is grabbed. That is the seventh team foul.
Yeah, so they're going to shoot 1-and-1.
It's been a pretty clean half on both sides, but the seventh will send Horace Simmons Jr. to the line. Well, this performance, if it doesn't show you, it should. We've been talking about it all year. When the playoffs start next weekend, Chris, there will be 10 teams that have a realistic shot of going to the Palestra. Honestly, probably an 11th team that won't make it that would have a shot to corral an upset or two in the playoffs. This league is so deep.
Once you get past the 7, 10, 8, 9 games, if Carroll cuts out of that, I'm not sure I want to play Carroll. If they come,
it would be Newman Goretti or Roman. That 1-2 could flip-flop at this point.
Right.
Also, Ryan is playing Newman Goretti this weekend. Just the 2 losses for the Raiders, a win there could hoist Roman into the 1 spot, and believe this, Archbishop Ryan into the 2
spot.
There's a lot to be determined this weekend.
Yeah. The way it lined up, with the way the schedule lined up, like the final weekend really does determine everything.
No doubt about it.
There isn't really a single seed that isn't up for grabs. As you said, even the 1 spot, because Newman Goretti is vulnerable should they lose to Ryan.
They drop from 1 to 3. We're down under 6 seconds to go. Another open 3. Jake West couldn't hit it. Down to 1 second. Barchak did get it off in time. And that is the end of the first half. Well, Archbishop Carroll, it was not 49 threes or even a half derivation of that here in the first half, but boy, was it effective from deep.
Right.
They were phenomenal, scoring the basketball on pace for 80 points this evening.
Yeah, I mean, to go into the half down 23. It's not what the Explorers were hoping for. Planning for.
We'll take a break. We'll come back in just a few minutes here on Bob Long Sports.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest. Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
At Meineke, we care about your family. So this winter, let Meineke keep your car on the road, saving time and money. Take advantage of Meineke's complete auto repair services, whether it's tires, brakes, exhaust, or tune-ups. At Meineke, we do it all. And all services are backed by Meineke's nationwide guarantee. Whatever car repairs you need, come to Meineke, because at your locally owned and operated Meineke, we do car care right.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage. Dedicated to getting it done.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report live on Bob Long Sports. Today we're going to talk about the offensive line and our man of the hour, the chef, the man himself.
This year, you're going to see all four guys run. They all bring a different style.
The quarterback is going to read the defensive end's eyes and make a determination. Am I going to keep this football, or am I going to hand it off to the running back? And that is generally the point of the RPO. Look who we have. We have Chris Perangeli, our guest picker for the evening.
The coaches at LaSalle are great because they strive for you to be your best.
I was able to maximize my full potential in terms of opportunity in football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
They're going to be pushed to be the best they can be in the classroom, on the field, in the pool, and just overall as a person.
Student first, athlete second. Before you have success on the field, you have to have success in the classroom so you can be on the field.
One thing I think makes LaSalle Athletics stand out are the facilities that we have. One thing I think makes the athletic programs here so strong is definitely the coaching and the staff.
I think I've improved as a competitor here at LaSalle because I'm always being pushed by coaches and by my peers. Seeing my peers work hard makes me want to work harder as well.
No matter what your interests are, every single person here is going to make sure that you're able to fulfill your dreams and what you want to do.
What allows us to keep winning is just our really strong sense of tradition and pride. We know that 30 years before us they won the PCL, so we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best to succeed like the guys before us did.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
I say that LaSalle fuels my passion because
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with 0 out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
At Meineke, we care about your family. So this winter, let Meineke keep your car on the road, saving time and money. Take advantage of Meineke's complete auto repair services, whether it's tires, brakes, exhaust, or...
Carroll will have the ball to start the second half.
Up 41-18. Chris, they hit 11 threes in the first half. They shot 49 times against Father Judge earlier this week, and they made 12 total. Had a message into Huck Palmer asking, hey, what's the league record? And he doesn't know. I mean, I think we're a long way from whatever that is as Casey Fleming hits the 3.
That's a good start.
That's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. I believe the Explorers gave up at least 10. I think Newman Grady was 10 for 12. the first half.
Boy, I love that
the
move
arc.
there
Yeah.
from Dean Coleman Newsome. Didn't lower the shoulder. He was shoulder to shoulder with Barchak. Just got to where he needed to go without pushing off. Body strength was there. That's blocked.
Yeah.
Blocked by Deegan. Good move. To the basket. Extra pass. Rogers for three.
Wow. The effort to make that pass was tremendous.
Twelve three-pointers here tonight. Horace Simmons Jr. and Dean Coleman Newsome. Not a lot of numbers. He'll go after it himself. What a finish.
Well, if you remember last year's game at LaSalle, and that was a game that that was a disappointing loss for the Explorers, because LaSalle was a better team than Carroll. That was silent night. Carroll completely unaffected by the crowd and came in and shot the lights out.
You're all right about that. And that Carroll team ended up, by the way, making a surprise run to the state semifinals.
Yeah. Well, we were talking earlier about, you have a Newman Goretti team. You have a Roman Catholic team, a St. Joe's Prep team, and an Archbishop Wood team, and only 2 of those 3 are going to make the playoffs.
That's right.
One of the other 6A teams, Father Judge, is not exactly a doormat.
No, if they make a run to the Palestra, they could get enough points in theory to knock that second team out.
Yes. But when you look at the other levels, the number of 5A schools, 4A schools, and 3A schools, the 6A schools only really get 2 bids from the Catholic. From
the Catholic League, because it's 3 total for District 12. And you're right. In fairness, I'm assigning a win, which I probably shouldn't.
Correct.
To the second Catholic League team that'll play the second public league
but
team.
they're only guaranteed 1.
Yes. Now, in years past, I don't remember the last time that the second public league team beat the second Catholic League team.
No.
As Casey Fleming, big-time move from the sophomore.
But it is not a given, unlike the other levels where they have as many as 2 and 3 teams.
That's right. Like Devon Prep and West Catholic will be in the 3A.
Correct.
A rare miss from beyond the arc. Good move by Fleming. Great off ball. Cut by Nick Parisi. Just couldn't hit it. Jake West on the attack. Rogers. Open 3 for Dixon. Yes. 13 triples tonight.
Mike McKee's going to that sophomore lineup.
Chris, I once did a college game in the NCAA tournament, a round of 32 game, as Coleman Newsome picks up the foul in the backcourt. Second hard hit that Fleming has taken today. But it was Swarthmore against MIT, and 2 teams that it was sort of like, is this an Elite 8 matchup? No, they just got caught up based on geography in the round of 32. Swarthmore started that game 13 for 13 from beyond the arc.
Wow.
It was unlike anything I've ever seen. Ryan Warren, he got it from the elbow. That's one of those, it's like as long as you live, you'll never see that again.
No. And the Explorers at this point are playing to keep it under 30. The minute it hits 30-point differential, the clock runs.
There's an offensive foul. Mick McKee, Mike McKee's son, stands in and takes the contact.
Yeah. That was a charge.
Yep. Certainly set there.
Yeah.
West out of control.
Yeah.
A teaching moment there, bottom of your screen, between Francis Bowe and Jake West. It was quite a relaxed Carroll team at the break and coming out of halftime, and rightly so. But they were throwing down windmill jams in the warm-ups. Casey Fleming got his own rebound. Opens up the 3 for Ryan Sorge.
The Explorers just don't have it from beyond the arc tonight.
Great look to the outside. The defense collapsed and Archbishop Carroll makes them pay. The 14th 3 of the night, hit by Blake Deegan. And yet another timeout. I don't know how many he has left. I counted 4 that he's called here.
I actually think the time.
Oh, was that one called by Carroll?
I think the timeout was called by Carroll.
Okay, perhaps call the dogs off a little bit here.
Yeah.
But we'll tell you quickly about our friends at Next Play Basketball. Matt Paul and Ryan Ansel run a great AAU basketball program, getting some of the folks involved with this program involved with that. They have boys and girls teams from 4th grade through 12th grade. And so if you are looking to become better at basketball or looking for an AAU program to be aligned with, give them a follow on Facebook. Check them out. They do also team clinics and individual instruction as well. Then we'll tell you about our buddy Chad Ormond and CJO Design and Construction, landscape contractor. They were actually just over at our house today looking at a project, and we're looking forward to having Chad grade out the lawn a little bit, do a new patio, and thrilled to be able to trust him with the care of our backyard, and hope that you do the same. Visit them at cjodesignandconstruction.com. What are your plans for Sunday, Chris? The big game.
We are duplicating or replicating, shall I say.
Okay.
We are replicating our plans from the last time that we won. We basically invited ourselves over a friend's house.
Nice.
And then they've created a party. But no, we have some very good friends, and that's where we were when they won the last time, and that's where we're going to plan ourselves.
Good luck. Good luck, Charm. So I was looking back just to see, hey, can Archbishop Carroll clinch a playoff game here tonight? And they cannot, because at the 6-5 record, and Cardinal O'Hara also at that 6-5 record. Here's Horace Simmons to the basket. He couldn't finish, but Cardinal O'Hara beat Archbishop Carroll by a score of 68-61.
Correct.
So the head-to-head resides in Springfield, Delaware County. There's another 3. That's number 15 if you're counting along with us this evening for the Patriots.
And the clock is now running. So with the 32-point differential,
you're right.
The clock will run the remainder of the game. It'll stop for timeouts. It'll stop for an injury. It'll stop for foul shots at a certain point. But
it's going to be once Casey Fleming catches this pass. Well, once the official lets it go.
It's actually once the official comes over to the table and announces the number of the player that made the foul.
Got it. Well, that's going to hurt their quest for a Catholic League record here tonight.
It will. And it doesn't matter if LaSalle brings it back under 30. The clock will continue to run.
Yep. Dean Coleman Newsom. Another open 3. It's good.
Well,
16.
They're certainly going to make a run at it.
Who wants to play these guys next Wednesday night? My goodness. I mean, I know that LaSalle has played Roman Catholic and Newman Goretti, and those are spectacular teams, and certainly they controlled those games. And those teams are also tremendous defensively. So get all the caveats out of the way. This team is shooting better than anyone I've seen all year long, bar none.
And the important thing is whoever they play Wednesday night, they want to play here on Wednesday night.
For sure. Horace Simmons Jr. hits the long 2. Could you imagine if it's Judge and Carroll again in a rematch? Two teams that love to hoist it up. Some less locked in, looser rims here at this building than down at Bill Fox Gymnasium in Northeast Philadelphia. That could be something else.
Yeah.
Archbishop Carroll picks up the foul. Interestingly enough, Chris, sorry, that was LaSalle, the first team foul in the second half, but only the 3rd team foul against LaSalle to Archbishop Carroll's 11. There's another 3.
Miss.
17 threes here this evening.
I think they've missed one this half.
Oh, my. In a running clock situation. Simmons Jr. Inside, another block.
Another block.
Deegan all over it. Who's going to get the next look from 3? Oh, Dixon. He wanted it there.
That was a nice save to Ryan Sorge.
Parisi to the basket, put it up quick, and is fouled.
Yeah.
Two coming for Parisi at the line.
Yeah, the foul on the freshman guard, Ian Williams.
1:11 to go in the third quarter. Parisi goes 1 of 2. Well, the doubt in the result of the game is out of the question, but it does look like Archbishop Carroll realizes that something special is going on, doesn't it? They're hunting threes right now.
Or they're in the zone.
There's another three. It's good. Ian Williams.
I'm not sure what you call this zone, but
18 threes, 7 in this quarter. Nick McKee to the basket, and good defense. Williams again. Yep, another open three. Dixon, that's well long.
Yeah. I think that was the first bad one they shot.
Well, and it was a great rhythm.
It was a great look, but
Nick Parisi, that one's no good. 15 seconds left in the quarter. He's open again.
No.
Thought about it. Rogers, that's not a good look. No. Down to the final second. A foul is called, and it's going to be on the floor. They're going to put some amount of seconds back on the clock, maybe 0.5. It was not in the act of shooting, just the second team foul against LaSalle. You see the discussion right in front of you here. 0.4, I was close.
No, or was the foul on 4?
Oh, I see. Yep. Hey, there you go, 0.5.
Yeah.
Why did I ever doubt myself? Well, this is time to catch and shoot.
Yes.
Anything over 0.3.
That's all you can do, yeah. They're going to.
It'll be a good, it could have been a good look for Rogers.
No.
At the horn, and it's short. We head to the fourth quarter.
LaSalle down 36.
Tell you again about a couple of our friends here. Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors. If you're looking to buy or sell your house, check out their contact information below. Even if you're 6 or 9 or 12 months away, reach out to them and they will be happy to help you. We highly recommend it. They're tremendous individuals and great professionals. And at E&M Insurance in North Wales, property and casualty insurance. Find them on the web at eandminsurance.com or 215-368-9555. CJO Design and Construction. You can visit them at cjodesignandconstruction.com for all your landscaping, hardscaping, or pool installation projects. And then Next Play Basketball, a AAU basketball organization run by Ryan Ansell, Matt Paul, for 4th graders through 12th graders, boys and girls. Learn that next play mentality and improve your game for the next level. Our next broadcast, and you'll be interested in this, Chris, we're going to Archbishop Ryan on Sunday, a varsity-only game. I don't know the exact time. They may have pushed it up.
It is a 12 o'clock start.
Okay.
It's a 12 o'clock start, and
That's
there is
helpful.
no JV game.
Right.
Or a freshman game. We're going to just play a varsity game, similar to what we did with the St. Joe's Prep for the NFC Championship game.
We are going to be joined by Ryan Haney and Ted Westervelt as my color commentators. They are on the Archbishop Ryan broadcast team, and they have been doing their own broadcasts all year long. Actually have been using some of our older equipment, Chris, to get themselves started. They were just kind of speaking through a laptop as recently as non-conference this year, and we had some things lying around. They had an interested, for lack of a better term, version of me in Ted Westerveld, who really wanted to get involved and showcase the athletes. So we got them started, and they have been rocking and rolling. They put on a tremendous broadcast, and we're going to do a combined broadcast on Bob Long Sports. Jake West to the basket.
That's tremendous. We talked earlier. We were the first to do, we were the first to do video. We kind of got this thing started. We kind of joked earlier that we were when the plug got pulled for you, and we were broadcasting in the corner there.
Yeah. Oh, I remember it well. Actually, good friends now with the administrator who made that call. Not the Salle administrator, but the gentleman at the district. So, yeah. No, good times. Got to think about that fondly.
But if you look how far the league has gone and streaming and broadcasting, and Carroll getting a second chance here.
Rogers for three. It's no good. And a foul is going to be called against Jake West. Clock does continue to run with the running clock situation.
I would have to think Francis Bowe is going to have to call off the Dogs at some point here.
No, I mean, the Dogs are going to be called off for him. The clock
is just going to,
just going to run down.
I mean, it is senior night. It would be an opportunity to get those seniors some really some nice minutes.
And there's a Catholic League record in there somewhere for threes. I don't know how many that is. They're at 18 now. If Huck Palmer doesn't know, I hope folks will excuse us for not knowing. Now they are going to start to pull guys off the floor. There's Kyer Dixon, a senior. He might be one for us to go down and talk to after the game. He had a big night from beyond the arc and his final regular season game in this building. Parisi hits the front end. One of two. Dean Coleman Newsom.
Yeah. He's a force out there.
Oh, great look. Extra pass, Deegan. He'll get all the way to the 10. What a move. Big time. Horace Simmons Jr. halfway down.
Yeah.
Now some of the starters will likely be replaced here. Two at the scorer's table at the bottom of your screen.
Now a third.
Well, Archbishop Carroll with the win here tonight basically is just counting. There's a three that won't go. Foul called against LaSalle, just the third team foul. The foul comes against Archbishop Carroll. LaSalle to the line.
Right.
But a couple more seniors coming off the floor. Seamus Rogers, Dean Coleman Newsom, and Blake Deegan.
Yeah, with this game being played an hour earlier, Carroll can sit back and
watch. So with the win, the only way that Carroll would not host a home game would be if Father Judge beat O'Hara and Bonner. That would mean that Judge lost, but then they would have to go back and beat St. Joe's Prep, and Carroll would have to lose to Roma. It's not altogether impossible by any stretch, but it would take a lot for Carroll not to be right back on this floor on Wednesday.
Yeah, at the end of this game, Carroll's going to be 7-5.
There's an open three. Good rebound inside and a foul.
I'm not saying they can't beat Roman, but it's likely they'll finish at 7-6.
So it feels like comes down to Judge O'Hara tonight and O'Hara Prep on Sunday. Prep will likely have a lot to play for.
And then Bonner and Devin Prep are going to slug it out for the last spot. One of those two teams, this season is done.
You're absolutely right about that. And Bonner, funny enough, I mean, they've been out of it. They won a game against LaSalle early and have been getting beaten since.
Yeah,
but they've had those 4 games. Lansdale Catholic, they had Conwell Egan, and then these 2 winnable games this weekend, Devon Prep and Judge coming up.
Yeah.
Liam Hawley just checked into the game. Here's Tim Jennings. Good move inside. Couldn't hit it. And a jump ball. I think that's a really nice call by that baseline official, Casey Fleming.
Yeah, that's Jim White on the baseline. He did make a nice call there. I think he got that was all ball, at least from this vantage point. Yeah, I think the game tonight, the game at Bonner, really is going to determine everything.
It sure will. Corner 3, halfway down.
Because both teams have very difficult games on Sunday. Not saying that they can't win, but playing at West and playing at Father Judge.
Well, actually, I'll do you one better. They have the same record, so regardless who wins this game, the other team will not be able to surpass them.
Correct.
Because even with a win and a loss to even the records, it'll all go on the head-to-head from tonight. So that's a big one. If you're, I guess it's already started, but if you're
anywhere near Drexel Hill, it might not be a bad place to pop in on.
Here's our buddy Will Ryan checking into the game, as well as Luke Hudak and Tim Smith. 3 really good kids there as well. Student athletes. Speaking of which, Catholic League fans, on Monday night, Will Ryan and I, and this was Will's idea, are going to do a Philadelphia Catholic League Roundtable preview show. We're setting up interviews with coaches. In fact, we're going to have Mike Richards. We're not going to have it live here on the air, but we're going to tape record it and then include it on that show on Monday night. Hoping to get all 10 coaches to give us 5 minutes of their time, preview those matchups, and get you ready for Wednesday. Tim Jennings, good move inside. In terms of the live stream here, I'll go and grab somebody from Archbishop. Ryan, it's tough to pick.
Carroll, you mean?
I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Carroll, yes. Ryan,
it's a bit of a drive.
Yes, that's right. For Archbishop Carroll here.
I don't even know who we would pick.
I tell you what, it was such balanced scoring. I think it could be a senior, maybe Kyer Dixon.
Yeah.
Maybe Kyer Dixon and Dean Coleman Newsom.
Either one, yeah. And Coleman Newsom hit at least 1 3, I think 2.
Yep.
But he did a lot of other things out there.
Oh, my goodness. So many assists. Got to the basket, played great defense.
There was at least twice in this half where he got to the basket and made a wide open pass. So he's done some.
Deep 3, that one was blocked. Tim Smith with the carom. Also who checked into the game recently was Lucas Foster, number 11 for Archbishop Carroll. He was regaling us all with windmill dunks at halftime. And Jennings couldn't handle it. Here's Ian Williams. Good look.
Nice move.
And that's him. That's Lucas Foster, a 6'4" freshman, and you can just tell he's going to grow. He's going to be a big-time player.
Is he the next Derek Jones?
I tell you, that is what Brady Joyce was talking about at halftime. You guys are on the same page. Tim Smith, good move to the basket, a little too strong.
We didn't broadcast games then, but
that's right.
I certainly remember watching them.
Open 3. That's a good rebound.
Yeah.
And Jennings first to the basketball. Liam Hawley, how
nice
about
move.
that move?
Smallest guy on the court with a big move.
Hawley, just a junior. He'll be back next year.
He's given some really good varsity minutes this year. He's feisty.
He sure has.
Yeah. Gives you everything he has.
$1:15 to go.
This is the most points the Explorers have allowed all year.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, 74, 32-minute game, but.
Right.
Yeah, for a lot of the year, defense really hasn't been the issue.
They gave up some big. No, that's not true because they gave up 80 points to Judge. I'll take that back. But see, that was a game that the running clock never came into effect.
That's true.
Same thing with Newman Goretti. It was cut. The game was cut short. Roman, same thing.
There's a corner three. It's good. And that's a JV player there, an unnamed number 21 or unlisted. Tim Smith couldn't hit the three. If it means anything, and I don't know if it does, but that's the 19th three.
Right.
And they'll put this one in their pocket. Chris, great doing the game with you.
It was a pleasure returning to the broadcast booth.
Archbishop Carroll is now just one result away, either themselves or someone else in the league, away from hosting a 7-10 or 8-9 playoff game next week.
I would not want to play them here.
When I'm done down there, just take this bar and put it down. And
okay.
Thanks, everybody, for being with us.
All right. Your final score from here at Archbishop Carroll, 77-41. The Patriots had 19 three-pointers. We're not sure where that stands in the Catholic League record book, but certainly an incredible effort. They had 18 through the third quarter, and at that point with the running clock and calling off the dogs and bringing in the subs, they put one more in from beyond the arc. Bob Long's going to be joined by Dean Coleman Newsom and Ian Williams. Both seniors, both had tremendous games.
Right up there, yes. Kyrie Dixon and Dean Coleman Newsom with us. Guys, we had you down for 19 threes today, and you hit a bunch of them. What was that like?
I mean, that's just something we do. That's what our team is known as, shooting threes. And we're just so confident in shooting it that, like, we're just used to it. So it's just in our DNA. So it's not really new to me. Yeah.
Senior night for both of you guys. And, Dean, what does this mean? I know you don't want this to be your last game here overall. You want to host a Catholic League playoff game here. But last regular season game, what does that mean?
It's just a tremendous opportunity to be able to play in front of our fans, our family. So being able to do it for my guys and just being unselfish, and that's what we preach. That's what we preach in practice. So sharing the ball, we can hit three. We hit shots today, so that was the best part. We got to win.
Now, Kyer, this team here, you guys have basically a wing playing inside, positionless type basketball. Everybody can knock it down from anywhere on the floor. Does that make you confident going into what will be a playoff run for you?
Yeah, most definitely. I just trust. We all trust each other, know each other, what each other do. Like we all family. So like we confident enough that we could come out and surprise a lot of people in the Catholic League and maybe make it to Palestra. Try to make it to Palestra. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you there, Kyer and Dean. We keep talking about the fact that there are going to be 10 teams next week that have a chance to win a Catholic League title. I truly believe that. This is an incredibly deep league. You guys have both been here for 4 years. I mean, is this the best league that you've seen in your time?
Absolutely. Just every night is a battle. Every night you have to fight for a win. Every night you have to come out with the same mentality of that team across on the other side could beat you. So being strong and being mentally locked in is how we prepare for the league.
I want to thank you both for doing this. Enjoy the night tonight. You got a big one coming on Sunday and then playoff action next week. Best of luck. Thank you, guys. Dean Coleman Newsom, Kyer Dixon. And that's it for us here tonight. Thanks to Brady Joyce, Chris Carabello, and our whole team here at Bob Long Sports. Bob Long saying so long. See you on Sunday at noon at Archbishop Bryan.